All right, finally we are at our conclusion paragraph. This conclusion paragraph is very different than other essays and the conclusions in those essays, so please make sure you listen to this video carefully and also make sure that all these instructions here and the titles, you read these carefully. If you read these carefully, you will know exactly what to do. But your conclusion. There are still some similarities, obviously, to previous paragraphs. It's just a little bit different, and I'll explain. So first, you start with a reworded thesis. Super simple, but here's the catch. Because we had two paragraphs that were compare paragraphs and only one contrast, we are going to only summarize the compare paragraphs here. Basically, we're going to make the argument kind of in our conclusion that the stories are more similar than they are different. So again, you are not summarizing or even including body paragraph 2, the contrast paragraph, in this conclusion at all. So for your reworded thesis statement, I have a fill in the blank. It says, overall, the tests that Tamos and Jerry experience are more similar because summarize the topic of body paragraph 1 and summarize the topic of body paragraph 3. Again, do not even mention or summarize. You don't even have to worry about body paragraph 2 in this entire conclusion. Next, you are going to summarize the data about Tamos from body paragraph 1. So take data about Tamos from that body paragraph 1, that paragraph about courage. So the first half was about tools and the second half of that paragraph was about risks. So take some information about Tamos's tools and risks and summarize it into one sentence. Do not use quotes here, just one sentence summary, mention Tamos's tools and the risks that he faced. Then you'll do the same exact thing. Here, summarize Jerry from body paragraph 1, the data you use for Jerry. So summarize his tools and risks into one sentence. Do not use any quotes, no citations, nothing like that. Just a summary sentence about the tools and the risks from body paragraph 1 that Jerry had. Then you need to summarize your overall warrants from body paragraph 1. So summarize your overall warrants. Basically, here you just need to answer this question. Oops, sorry, my highlights are a little off. Just answer this question. How were the tests similar based on requiring courage? So in a sentence here, tell me about how their tests were similar because they both required courage and how that made them similar. Then you have an internal link, and again here, you are moving from body paragraph 1 to body paragraph 3. So in addition to both tests requiring courage, they are also similar because both boys succeeded. Again, you're going from 1 to 3. We are not summarizing body paragraph 2 in this conclusion. Then repeat the same steps, but this time for body paragraph 3. So summarize the data you use for Tamos from body paragraph 3. So what he achieved and his secondary benefits. So you're summarizing the data from both parts of the paragraph, from both of those little mini charts up here. So you're summarizing this data from Tamos and this data from Tamos. The one sentence, again, no quotes, then do the same exact thing for Jerry. Summarize in one sentence what Jerry achieved and what his secondary benefits were. No quotes or citations needed. And then your overall warrant from body paragraph 3. So how were the tests similar based on the results? So what about each boy's results made the test more similar? Finally, then, for your finishing line in maybe 1 to 2 sentences, just read that prompt there. What is each author's purpose or message in her short story? So in other words, what does each author try to teach readers about a rite of passage? Maybe just a sentence or two to summarize that. But again, I just can't stress enough, a very common mistake, we do not even have to mention body paragraph 2 here. We're focusing on 1 and 3, and please, please read these instructions carefully, and everything you need is typed out there. But that is your conclusion, and congratulations on basically finishing at least the rough draft of your essay.